I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, my country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania.
When the stakes are high, the debates get hotter. When the issues demand clarity, we bring the fire. Welcome to Crossfire. Crossfire, where politics meets perspective, where issues are dissected, and where no topic is off limits. From the corridors of power to the pulse of the streets, we break down the politics, the controversies, and the decisions that shape our nation. Join Dr. Tony Olisanbeki as he puts guests on the hot seat, drilling them with the tough questions, demanding the hard truths, and leaving no room for half measures. Get ready for fearless conversations and uncompromising analysis. Crossfire, exclusive on Udala 104.7 FM Onitsha, every Saturday from 9 a.m.
A very beautiful morning to you and welcome to Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM. This very beautiful morning, this Saturday, the 7th day in the month of March in the year 2026, wherever you are listening to us from and whatever you may be doing, it's always a pleasure to welcome you on Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM. Remember, on this very platform, we speak the truth, we uphold the truth, and we preserve the truth. We call a spade, we can never call a spade by any other name. That's more reason we say Nos Dicera Veritas. And Nos Dicera Ayudisim Veritas, Nos Dicera Vivica Cabit Veritas, Nos Dicera Lingolum, and Nos Dicera Contra Lingolum. You are welcome wherever you are listening to us from. For those of you who are outside the shores of this very country, we welcome you. It's 9 minutes down the hour of 9 a.m. here in Nigeria. Onitsha, the commercial city of Anambra State, the commercial nerve center of the entire southeast, and also the commercial hub of this country, is about 9 minutes down the hour of 11 a.m. in Addis Ababa, 9 minutes down the hour of 12 midnight in California, United States of America, 9 minutes down the hour of 3 a.m. in Florida. Florida is 2 in United States of America. It's also 9 minutes down the hour of 7 p.m. in Melbourne, Australia, same as Sydney. And also, we also have Canberra, also in Australia. It's about 7 minutes or 10 minutes down the hour of 4 p.m. in China and 10 minutes down the hour of 5 p.m. in Japan. We have got so many people watching us from different parts of the world. 10 minutes down the hour of 10 a.m. in South Africa. We appreciate all of you and we keep doing what we are doing. For those of you in Europe, Asia, South America, we saw Mr. President deploying different persons to man high commissions and embassies of Nigeria in different parts of the world. We're going to talk about that later on. But we welcome you from around the globe. Wherever you are, it's a pleasure to have you. Remember, you have to do one thing for us. Just go to our social media handles. Go to Facebook and drop a comment. We will acknowledge your comment. Go to YouTube and also drop a comment. You can also do that on X or even on Instagram, wherever you are listening to us from. Just search Udala FM on some of these platforms. If you go to Facebook, search Udala FM. If you go to our X at Udala 104.7 FM, so that we will have the conversation. We'll be having a lawyer who will be joining us via the phone line. He will join us virtually. We're going to look at some of pertinent issues around this area. But before then, remember, we're going to serve you the political roundup stories, and we'll continue from that end. My name is Tony Olisenbeke, the Honorable Speaker. Welcome you once again to this epochal edition of Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM. And we're here to do the work we have to do this morning. Let's quickly serve you the political roundup stories and we delve into the business of the day. We're going to look at the deployment of ambassadorial nominees or designates. Now they have been deployed to the respective countries where they would represent Nigeria. And their reactions trailing, but even at that, people were talking. And we're going to also look at the ongoing exercise at Onitsha Main Market, the remodeling plan by the governor of Anambra State, and some of the things going on around that area. But let's quickly serve you the political roundup stories. And first, we begin with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the posting of 65 ambassadors, comprising 31 non-career and 34 career diplomats to Nigeria's foreign missions across the world and the United Nations. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayo Ononuga, disclosed this in a statement on Friday. A federal high court in Abuja has granted bail of 200 million cash. A bail of 200 million each to a former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, his wife Asebe Bashiru, and son Abdulaziz. The three are being prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) on money laundering charges involving about 8.7 billion naira. President Bola Tinubu vowed on Friday to quash terrorism and restore peace across Nigeria, assuring troops we will win as he hosted an interfaith iftar at the State House, Abuja. Speaking amid the recent Ngochi attack in Borno's Woza local government area, Tinubu declared Nigeria will prevail. Former Rivers State Governor and ex-Minister of Transportation Rotimi Chibike Amechi has formally joined the African Democratic Congress, completing his registration at Ward 8 in Ubima Ikwere local government area of Rivers State. On Friday morning, the registration came after the ADC office in the community was set ablaze by unknown persons in the early hours of the same day. Wives of Nigerian military officers detained over an alleged attempt to overthrow President Bola Ahmed Tinubu staged a protest in Abuja on Friday. The protesters, who were flanked by human rights activists Omoyele Sowore and Deji Adeyinju, converged on the Federal Capital Territory, demanded open trial of their husbands. The Kwara State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) says it arrested two suspected bandits during an intelligence-led operations in Saminaka community, Patigi local government area of Kwara. The suspects, Abubakar Jobrel, 28, Muhammad Abubakar, 26, were apprehended on Tuesday, 3rd March 2026, following sustained surveillance by operatives of the command. A federal court of appeal sitting in Ibadan, Oyo State, on Friday asked the two factions of the People's Democratic Party to resolve their differences amicably in the interest of the party. Justice Biobele Georgewell-led appellate court gave the advice at the hearing of appeals filed before it by the two factions. Troops of Operation Hiding Kai have neutralized several terrorists, including some of their key leaders, during midnight attacks while insurgents attempted to overrun 4 military locations across Borno State. The attacks, which lasted for over 5 hours between Thursday and Friday, occurred around Konduga, Mate, Jakana, and Minok. The Nigerian police force in Ondo State has arrested 4 suspected kidnappers linked to a violent attack along Liberty Avenue in Iluabo that led to the death of a resident and abduction of a woman. And the suspects were arrested by the operatives of the Ondo State Police Command following intelligence reports that they were lodged in a hotel behind Ado Garage in Akure. And finally, Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed a suit seeking the removal of Senator David Mark and former Governor Rauf Aremboshala as National Chairman and National Secretary of the African Democratic Congress (ADC) respectively. The judge on Friday threw away the suit on the ground that it bordered on the internal affairs of a political party over which no court has jurisdiction. And those were here political random stories. We now delve into the main issue we have this very morning. Remember, we're looking at the posting of these ambassadors to their respective countries where they would represent Nigeria, and possibly what is going on at the Chairman market and general issues as we have in the country, the state of the nation. That's what we're going to do, and we are going to connect with our guests virtually who will be speaking to us on some of these developments. Join us as we do this. This is Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM. Remember, Udala 104.7 FM is marking its 1st anniversary, and it is just celebration. You made it possible, and with that too, there will be no Udala FM. So you are part of the celebration. You are part of whatever that is being done to ensure a good celebration, to celebrate you for your loyalty. Let's quickly get connected to our guest visually. Okay, we are being joined in the studio this very morning by Barrister Prince Christopher Moore. He is a Nigerian lawyer, legal consultant, and public commentator. Of course, he has spoken on several national legal and policy issues. He has spoken to those relating to stamp duties, post operations, and public policy debates in Nigeria. Of course, he's a legal practitioner and a consultant who has worked closely with stakeholders to ensure good tidings for Nigerians. Barrister Christopher Moore, I don't know if you can hear me. Good morning, you're welcome to Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM.
Good morning, Dr. Lisambeki, and thank you for having me on air. And my good listeners, good morning once again, everybody in Onitsha and all those listening to Udala Radio worldwide. Thank you.
You are welcome. I don't know if we may begin with the posting of the ambassadors and high commissioners history, or probably we're going to just start with what is going on around Onitsha. But we know very well that yesterday Mr. President approved the posting of 65 new Nigerian ambassadors designate and high commissioners to various foreign missions worldwide and the United Nations. And we've seen some notable names. The Nigerians are reacting to the United Nations. Former Army Chief Lieutenant General Abdurrahman Bello Dambazo posted to China for our brothers who are doing business in China. I don't know how they're gonna just relate with him over there in China. You also have Professor Asa Foloruncho Adewole posted to Canada. Latif Kayode Are posted to United States of America. Of course, Ayodele Oke, former NIA, the man that was accused of different sums of money discovered in the Koyi residence. Many Nigerians talked about this, but remember the government later filed nulli prosecute. He has been posted to France. Aminu Dahar to United Kingdom. Senator Ita Enang, South Africa. Florence Ajimobi, wife of former governor of Oyo State, Ajimobi, posted to Austria. There are so many postings, and if you look at some of our brothers who were also part of the posting, I look at our brothers from the East. They were posted to countries like Israel. You know, I think somebody at Duku was posted to Israel. And then somebody was also posted to Vatican City. And also some other postings like that. Let's get your thought about some of these postings. Do you have any issue with them? Do you have any grounds? Some of the names, the places that were posted, do you have anything against that? We didn't see an Igbo person being posted to a kind of a country, or I don't know, but many people are saying the posting is normal, well balanced, and all that. Let's get your thoughts about the posting yesterday as approved by Mr. President.
Once more, Dr. Mbeki, thank you. The posting and my reaction to it is simple. What should concern a Kanuri man with posting of a Nigerian for an ambassadorial slot anywhere in the countries? How does it affect Kanuri in diaspora? What should concern an Igbo man, which is what I limit myself to, about the posting of Nigerian ambassadors anywhere in the world is, what is the effect on the Igbos in diaspora? So the Rivers people should talk about their own. The Tiv or Idoma should talk about their own. I'll talk about only the Igbo man's own. How does this posting affect an Igbo man? I'll take 4. Number 1, any Igbo man doing business in China should bear in mind that the only reason a government to send a former military officer to China is that they are suspecting most of them of doing what? Funneling illegal funds around China. And the suspicion in Nigeria is that some of the illegal flows of money going on, tracking of illicit fund flows, they are looking for people who are moving money around the world, and somehow the money gets to Nigeria and is used to fund crisis. That is the significance I see in there. Not that he's going there to help Igbo people doing business in China. What relevance does he have to the Igbo man's business in China? Zero. The Igbo man's business in China is buying and selling. The general has never been involved in buying and selling.
Okay.
And so he doesn't understand what is buying and selling. So his posting there is a formality that is of no economic value to an Igbo.
So you mean Abdurrahman Dambazu's posting to
China will bring nothing on the table for the Igbo man in Guangzhou or Shanghai, China.
So must it be an Igbo man thing? Don't you think that he is there to represent Nigeria?
That's the point I'm getting at. He is sent there by the government not to facilitate trade, but to do what? To track people doing illicit flow of funds. So any woman doing business in China and you know you're involved in illicit flow of funds, please withdraw because they will track you. Now let us go to the man in Philippines.
Okay.
Philippines is Admiral Abbas. That's another security man from the naval service.
Yeah.
And that axis is an axis of illicit flow of funds. This illicit flow of arms. So the man is not going there to promote trade. He's not going there to promote commerce or industry. He's going there to look for who is doing business in this place. I'm using this as a cover to ship arms or small and light weapons to Nigeria. Don't be mistaken about it. Very soon you start seeing arrest of people who are moving arms into Nigeria from these places. Very soon you see it. So anybody who is involved in unlicensed sale of arms should please go and apply for a license. Gun running is a criminal offense anywhere in the world. So if you know an Igbo man and you're bringing guns from Philippines or any of the neighboring countries into Nigeria, and you're not licensed as a gun dealer, please go and apply for license.
So you are saying that Vice Admiral Ibok Abbas, former sole administrator to River State, of course, you are saying that he was posted there for a strategic reason, that Philippines has always been a corridor for...
Bazaar is in China. People may not want to see it, but I see it. So now you go to the other postings of Ibazu and the other
to Spain.
People.
It was posted to Spain.
The economic value of Spain. Spain is a country in economic crisis. Can you point to items that Igbo people go to Spain to buy and bring to Nigeria? People find it hard to find because the economy is in crisis. So these are the ways that our Igbo brothers and sisters are settled in government. They are settled and they remain useless to the Igbo cause. They remain useless to the Igbo nation, except to come home and build house, kill cow, call us to come and eat and
we have Barrister Onweze Chukwujika Joe Okocha-san posted to Dublin, Ireland. Of course, just like we said earlier on there.
That one may have something to do. But what takes Igbo people to Ireland? My brother, it is when they sell your family land and use it to pay for you to go and do master's degree or PhD in Ireland. It is a minus, not a plus.
So, Ambassador,
in terms of business, you're selling my land in Nigeria for me to go and pay for school fees in Ireland, hoping I'll get a job in somewhere in Europe. It's forced migration.
We have Ambassador Onaga Ogechukwu Kingsley posted to Maputo, Mozambique, and we also have another person from Southeast, Ambassador Wobiola Ezenwa. Of course, they are career ambassadors, no doubt. Chukwuemeka posted to
Mozambique may have something to offer.
Could have
new vistas of business from the Igbo. But my brother, I have to pay flight ticket to go to Mozambique to do that business now. Where will you get the money for flight tickets?
So are you gonna say? Do you have any problem with Femi Fani-Kayode posted to Germany?
The man is being paid for his service, my brother. When you work for people, they should pay you. If you work for the devil, he pays you. You work for the angels, they pay you. The man is on his payday. I don't envy him for it. That's why I said I limit myself to the Igbo.
So are you gonna say that he is not going to perform well in that area?
No. Any Igbo man going to Germany should know that he's still on his own, as we have always been. Don't break the German law, you end up in prison. Fani-Kayode will not come to bail you if you break German law.
Let's talk about Lateef Kayode Are, who is posted to United States. I'm going to talk about the former NIA who is posted to France in Nigeria. But Lateef Kayode Are.
That tells you what's going on. Most people think Igbos have higher population than Yoruba in US. It's wrong. Igbos have visible people in US more than the Yorubas. The Yorubas have a higher number of population. It's just something people don't understand.
But we're going to talk about that.
Do a head count.
Let's talk about Lateef Kayode Are, because Lateef Kayode Are is a retired Nigerian Army colonel, former Director General of the State's Security Service, and now he's posted to United States of America. He was one of the high-profile non-career ambassador. And then if you look at he's from Owu. Owu is in Ogun State, and
Yes,
of course,
Owo.
from Ogun State, and a retired colonel, and now an ambassador of Nigeria to United States of America.
Yes.
So
And
do you have anything?
Every woman should remember that two things about an Owo man. Owo have their own ethnic relations in Obaru local government of Anambra State.
Okay.
So the history is debatable. Whether the Owo man in Obaru local government traveled to Ondo, or whether it's the one in Ondo that traveled back. Whichever one it is, you have this migration. So the man's presence in US only reaffirms that the current regime wants to have somebody that can understand the techno-speak of American security agency. Now that Nigeria government is entering into full collaboration with the United States on military and defense issues in Nigeria. So you don't send somebody who is busy collecting house rent in Onitsha to go and talk to a general in the US CENTCOM or Pentagon. No, you bring somebody who understands their own tech speak. And that is the only qualification that sends that man there. He understands what they are saying. He understands what they want to say. He understands the hidden innuendos in their words. When you work with intelligence people or security service people, there are things that they say, it means one thing in ordinary words, but in their own intelligence service, my brother, has another complete different meaning. So you need to send a man who can decode that subtle communication, because that is the era you're now moving into. You want American forces to come, you want American defense industry to come and help Nigeria with whatever security or defense challenge you have.
I think
you have to send somebody who can talk with them.
Barrister, I think we may be mixing up something. The very area I'm talking about is Ogun State, not Ondo State.
Sorry, Owo. Ogun State.
Ogun State. Ago Owo.
Okay, Ago Owo, not the Owo in Ondo.
No,
okay.
Ago Owo area in Abeokuta, Ogun State.
Those people have a career of military service in Nigeria. Not Nigerian military history. They have a career in it.
Okay.
So what you just seen is their homeboy coming to shine. All right. I wish him the best of luck at that job. Nobody should envy him the job.
So
it's not going to be an easy ride. It's not going to be an easy ride, no matter how you want to look at it.
So are you going to say that Mr. President, of course, was fair and balanced in his posting, or you think there were other subtle innuendos surrounding the posting? What do you have to say about that?
In politics, there's nothing like fairness. There is survival, expediency, and strategy. The postings will reflect what they reflect, which is political survival of the presidency. The posting also reflects expediency of statecrafts, where you're forced to take certain decisions as government to sustain the government. Then the postings also show a phenomenon of Africa, reward for loyalty. Finish. So there's nothing fair or unfair about it. It's survival, strategy, expediency. That is politics.
Remember, there was a time Donald Trump posted his son-in-law to France, even when he was convicted of...
The man wanted to survive. So that the current regime is doing the same thing. What is about it? When you sit in that office, you realize that it boils down to survival. That you have to send somebody who can represent your interests, come rain, come shine. Not who people like.
All right.
What who people like.
All
you
right.
have to send somebody who represents you.
All right, let's quickly run down where Igbos are posted, since you are concerned about Igbo posting for career diplomats. For career diplomats. Igbos of such a sector, they were posted to Cote d'Ivoire. Ambassador Nwabiala Ezenwa Chukwemeka, he's from Abia State. He is posted to Cote d'Ivoire. He's a career diplomat. And Monica Okuchuku Enebechi posted to Sao Tome and Principe. She's from Anambra State. And then you also, that she's a career ambassador anyway, no doubt. And you also have Chima Geoffrey Leoma David from Ebonyi State, posted to Mali. He is a career ambassador, career diplomat, and you also have Ambassador Onoga Ogechukwu Kingsley from Enugu State, posted to Mozambique. And then for non-career or political appointees or political ambassadors, Okezi Bazo from Abia State to Spain. Nkechi Linda Ufochukwu from Anambra State, posted to Israel. You also have Right Honorable Ugwani Ifeanyi Lawrence, former governor of Enugu State, posted to Greece. You also have Barrister Chioma Priscilla or Hakim, the wife of former Imo State governor.
Yes.
Posted to Poland. You also have Barrister Onweze Chukwujika Joe Okocha-san, though from River State, but he has identified as an Igbo man. Posted to Ireland, Republic of Ireland. That's the Igbo posting. Now we can compare it with where our brothers from the Southwest were posted for their non-career diplomats.
Very good.
For their non-career diplomat, the political part of it.
Yes. Now look at the entire posting of the Igbo people.
Yes.
Of only one word.
I'm just trying to, X-ray it too, but we are not just trying to infer anything, but we are just trying to study the postings.
Yes.
You have Latif Kayode Are, as we explained earlier on, from Ago Owo in Ogun State, posted to United States of America. Yes. From Ogun State to United States of America. Femi Fani Kayode from Osun State, posted to Germany. Professor Isa Florencio Adewole from Osun State, posted to Canada. Ayodele Oke from Oyo State, posted to France.
Yes.
Ajimobi Fatima Florence from Oyo, posted to Austria.
Yes.
Lola Akande from Lagos, posted to Sweden.
Yes.
Olufemi Pedro, former deputy governor in that state, Lagos State, posted to Australia.
Yes.
Mrs. Erelu Angela Adebayo from Ekiti, posted to Portugal. Barrister Olumilua Oluwayimika Ayotonwa from Ekiti State, posted to Japan.
Yes.
You also have Senator Jimo Ibrahim from Ondo State, posted to United Nations. That's for the political diplomats. They are posting from Southwest. They are all from Southwest.
Look at it. Misipazo, the Anambra lady in Israel, Ugwani in Greece, the wife of Hakim in Poland, the Igbo man in River State, who is now has to accept that he's an Igbo man in Ireland. Look at these people. What does it speak to you? Only two things. One, reward for what? Loyalty. Reward for loyalty. Indeed, we should learn when that is what is happening. When it is being reward for loyalty, don't make noise about it. Allow your brother to take their bread home.
Okay.
So all these people, non-career diplomats that was sent to Spain, Israel, the career diplomat, non-career diplomats sent to Spain, Israel, Greece, and Poland. Please, indeed, we should allow their brothers and sisters to drink tea and coffee in that place. You understand the parable I'm giving?
Yeah.
It's an Igbo parable.
Yeah, okay.
Allow your brother to eat his food and drink water. Now, let us go to our in-laws and friends from Southwest Nigeria. I call them in-laws and friends because if they are not friends, we will not be in their home doing business. And most Yoruba people have in-laws in Igbo land.
Exactly.
Look at all the posting. It speaks of only two things again: industrialization and military defense. The states that the Yoruba people were posted to are states that have industrial activity. And if you look at the companies in Yoruba land, they are tied to industrial technological support from these places. So the president is protecting the economic interest of his own people. He will not send a thief man to Japan. How many Japanese companies supply spare parts to a company in Benue State? Answer: zero. Go to Ogun, go to Osun, go to Ondo, and see the quantum of technological import of Yoruba industries from Germany, from Australia, from Japan, from Canada. you stop talking. He's only protecting the economic interest of his own people. So please leave them.
All right, let's talk about the career diplomat from Southwest. Career diplomat, because we've talked about the political diplomats, the career one now.
The career diplomats, they take your posting as you see,
but then
you reject it, you're off.
All right, you have Ambassador Ayeni Adebayo from Ekiti State posted to Belgium. Then Ruben Abimbola Samuel from Ondo State posted to Italy. You have Ambassador Sulu Gambari or Lotunji Ahmed from Kwara posted to Malaysia. You also have Ambassador Akainde Wahab Adekola from Osun State posted to Switzerland. And then you also have Ambassador Arewa Extra from Oyo posted to Namibia. These are for the Namibia. Career diplomats.
Take the first 4 postings you called: Belgium, Italy, Malaysia, Switzerland. These are money flow centers of modern world economy. Money flows through Belgium, money flows through Italy, money flows through Malaysia, money flows through Switzerland. So what he just did was to send his own people to protect their own people's access to financial support of international money flow systems. That is one of the things I keep pointing out from Jibo. You don't go and do a trillion naira business in a country you don't own a bank. That is what this posting show you. They know where the Yoruba companies are getting foreign direct investment support.
That Mr. President, that it wasn't like this during the time Buhari was at a saddle, that Buhari did not even give the Southeast people the kind of posting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has given them.
That's why I said that Igbo should allow their brothers and sisters to drink tea and coffee in their posting. Don't make so much hullabaloo out of it. Igbo should stop making so much. This one you got. Thank you, sir. They should learn to talk diplomatically.
Oh, they will. You mean they should be telling President Bola Ahmed
Tinubu, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
People posting. Yes, that's my position.
But remember, it is a constitutional thing that is expected that the posting should cover every state in this very country. So why would it, thank you, sir, be the whole thing you talked about, where you say that they should tell Mr. President, thank you, sir, for the posting?
Yes. You see, when you learn to appreciate people for what they have done, they do more. Igbo will get more out of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu by appreciating him. Even for what? 1 kilometer road, he will come and give you 5. One appointment, you will get 3. They should learn to start saying thank you. No matter how small it is, gratitude opens doors.
Does it mean that they are beggars?
They are not beggars. The Igbo man have never learned to say thank you on the political level. He only says thank you on socio-economic level. You do business with an Igbo man, you love to do business with him again. He appreciates a customer. The Igbo man should start treating whoever is in power as local government chairman, as a governor, as president, as a customer. You want their patronage. You change your approach to the customer and your brand will sell. So for these Igbos on their posting, after drinking tea and coffee, they should do something meaningful in these postings.
All right.
So that when next an Igbo man or an Igbo lady is brought forward, they say, yes, there are people, they are good when you send them overseas.
Right. Let's quickly look at the posting from the north, because we are going to combine northwest, northeast, and north central. We have a United Kingdom Aminu Dahatu from Jigawa State. Jigawa is in northwest. You know, we talked about Lieutenant General Abdurrahman Bello Dambazo. He's from Kano State, and Kano is also from northwest. You also have Mahmoud Yakubu, former INEC chairman from Bauchi State. Bauchi is in northeast, posted to Qatar. You also have Senator Grace Bent from Adamawa State. Adamawa is in northeast. She's posted to Togo. You also have Yakubu Gambo. Yakubu Gambo posted to Saudi Arabia. But my concern is the posting of Paul Oga Aduku, who is from Benue State, North Central, to Vatican City. I thought that posting somebody to Vatican City would have been somebody from the Southeast, because when it comes to Catholicism, Southeast dominates Catholicism. So we have Paul Oga Adiku from Benue State, North Central, posted to Vatican City. You will react to that later on. Let me quickly also recall some other persons. You have Senator Professor Laura Ladi That dude from Plateau State posted to South Korea. You also have Barrister Mahmoud Obandoma from I think Aliyu posted to Argentina, and we've got Tasiu Musa Maigare posted to Gambia. But that's the posting from Northeast, North Central, and then Northwest. What do you have to say about this?
Go on, sir.
I mean, what do you have to say about these? Are for the ambassadors, the non-career. But if you are to also look at maybe just like we have said earlier on, let's quickly run that of south. Yeah, if
let me take the apple and the cat.
Okay.
The UK posting. Go and look at the history of Nigeria's ambassadorial posting to the United Kingdom. 80% of it have gone to people from northern Nigeria, not those from southern Nigeria. Southern Nigerians have more population in the UK than northern Nigeria. But yet, when it is time to send an ambassador to the UK, it goes to northern Nigeria. We should ask ourselves why. You see, the northern Nigerians have a deeper relationship with the British government than the southern Nigerians. The northern Nigerians were those who assimilated the British into their system by indirect rule. The southern Nigerians opposed British rule and even fought to stop British rule before the amalgamation. So whenever you bring a southern Nigerian for a UK posting, with or without it being said openly, the British government will be apprehensive. This would have fought with us before. Somebody else fought with you doesn't forget. But when you bring somebody from northern Nigeria, oh no, they are nice. They are nice. They flew along easily. But it's false. Every southern Nigerian is not an aggressive person. Every southern Nigerian did not fight with the British. Those who fought with them have all died though. We are their descendants, and yet you're punishing us for a fight. Why would somebody allow you to overrun his home? We thank our forefathers for even putting up a fight. So for those from southern Nigeria, we should ask ourselves why at every posting to the UK, where there is a higher population of southern Nigerians, it goes to northern Nigeria. We should ask ourselves that question. Now, go to the pitch in the card. I've looked at the apple, the pitch in the cards, the posting to the Vatican. That is the effect of bilateral false-spar, a bilateral false step. Benue State, with little or nothing to offer, gave tickets to a reverend father to become governor. Whether he's doing well, he's not doing well, is a story for another day. But when you compute the financial flows from Catholicism in the 5 Igbo states back to the Vatican, you ask yourself, why would the Pope sitting in the Vatican, why would the cardinals sitting in the Vatican not say, no, bring somebody from this place that actually supports this church, but they choose a symbolic gesture of taking an ambassador from the state that has a Catholic priest as a governor. That is why I say Ndi Igbo should look at their political dealings. They engage in bilateral false step. Because when that posting came, please, can you say that one Igbo governor spoke up against it? One Igbo senator, one Igbo House of Rep, even the Catholic bishops that are of Igbo extraction, did any of them utter a word? No. Now the posting is out. You start doing talk. That is a bilateral false step in diplomatic engagement by Ndi Igbo. The job is gone. They should forget it and work for another day. Then look at the other postings. People may not understand the relationship between Plateau and South Korea. The relationship between Plateau and South Korea is embedded in the agribusiness in Plateau States. Plateau State people have been doing agribusiness support, technological input with South Koreans, Indonesians, and Malaysians for years. So when their own people come for that ambassadorial interview, they come armed with facts that you don't have. There is no place in Igbo land you go that you see a tomato farm. No place in Igbo land you go, you see potato farm. They go to Plateau State, you see fields of it, acres of it. Where is the technology coming from? It's coming from South Korea. So the Nigerian government has to bother about food insecurity. So they will not send somebody whose people are not, involved in agriculture to a place that sends agricultural inputs to Nigeria. So they should know that posting went because Plateau State is one of the food baskets of Nigeria. And the point is taken by the president. Then the other ones, all the names were political patronage and loyalists. The same thing they did to our people down here. Let them also go and eat biscuits with their coffee and put some milk in it and let life go on. That is my take on it.
Well, I want to also ask you why in the history of Nigeria has no one from the southeast been posted to United Kingdom, because I'm going to let you know that if you look at some of the high commissioners we've had in United Kingdom, I remember Matthew Mbu. I think Matthew Mbu was from Cross River State.
From Cross River.
Yeah, of course, he's late now. He died at age of 82, but I know he was the first Nigerian ambassador to the United Nations. I think he got that at age of 26, but of course he died at age of 86 or 82 rather. He was, I think, at a point a high commissioner of this country to United Kingdom. You also have Abdul Malik, and then George Ogutunde. I think Ogutunde at a point, I think he's from Ogun State. Also, we have Adebowale Adefuye, and then Sarafatunji Ishola, and then we are Nigerian high commissioners to United Kingdom. But why is it that no one from Southeast in the history of this country has been posted to United Kingdom?
3 reasons people don't like talking about. Reason number 1, the colonial history of Nigeria tells you that the most difficult people the British encountered in Nigeria are what? The Igbos. It's documented in their records, administrative memos, letters to government by British colonial officers in Nigeria. And they warned the British government that any day you allow these Igbo people to thrive, that they will turn this country against British interests. Number 1. Number 2, when you have been warned by your own ambassador in official communication cables that say, when you go to this country, be careful of these people, that they can turn their fellow countrymen, they can open their eyes and make them realize that you're robbing them, because colonialism is about robbery. So that they can do it too. As a strategist, you don't allow those people to come to your own country, because when they come to your own country, they will learn how you were able to colonize their people. And when they go back, they will teach their people how to counter it. That is the second reason working against Igbo interest in getting a UK posting. Then the third fact is that the Igbo diaspora is so segregated on what I'll call survival issues. The Igbo man in the UK is working 12 hours a day. Such people cannot discuss larger economic issues. So they are there, but they are working almost like slaves to send money home to their poor relations. So when you now move to the realm of discussing foreign policy engagement, they cannot engage.
Okay.
But the other people we have, go and look at the kind of jobs they have in UK. It allows them to come together at times to look at their own corporate interests in the UK. So these are the 3 things I see. There may be more, but these are the basic things I see.
All right, for Southeasterners posted to United States, I remember during the time of President Muhammadu Buhari, he posted Justice Sylvanus Adewere Nsuofo to United States. That was 2017 to 2020 until he died in 2020 while he was still in that office. And I also understand that Professor George Obiozo, from Imo State, was one time Nigerian ambassador to the United States, and that was around 2004 to 2008. Okay, but I also understand that even President Muhammadu Buhari, that was during, I think it was in 2021, posted Dr. Mrs. Uzoma Ikechi Emenike, who is from Abia State, to the United States, being the Nigerian first female ambassador to the United States. So we've had the cheers when it comes to United States, but not United Kingdom.
But Dr. Mbeki, before you go off air, at what stage were they posted? You see that each of those Igbo people were sent at the height of crisis between American and Nigerian international relations. They sent the Igbo people to manage crisis. That is why we as Igbo people cannot see any benefit they brought home. That is the truth. Now look at their 3 postings. Each of them went when there was a crisis.
Would you say that George Obiozo, who was posted in 2004 during the time of Obasanjo to the United States, was there a crisis in the United States of America in 2004?
That was when the Nigerian civilian regime was trying to disengage itself from neo-colonial economic engagement with the Western world. So you needed somebody with the diplomatic swag, to use that expression, that could manage that disengagement or decoupling without it looking so obvious that you were decoupling. And you had to look for an Imo statesman like Obiozo. And that was why Nigeria had an economic decoupling without obvious backlash in the diplomatic circles. BP survived because Obiozo was able to negotiate things on the diplomatic level, that this new Nigerian financial independence was not seen as something that will have adverse effect on American economic interests or European economic interests. It takes a diplomatic swag to do that, my brother.
So you mean that
the lady that went, she also went when there was crisis. So each of the Igbo people was sent to use their talent to protect Nigerian interests. And they were so busy managing the situation for Nigeria that they had no time to talk about the Igbo man.
Okay. All right. Remember the new Nigerian ambassador to the United Kingdom. Just as we said earlier on, the Hatu was once Nigerian ambassador to South Korea. I think that was the last place he served. He's a career ambassador, a career diplomat, but Mr. President has taken him to United Kingdom. And then do you think there is anything he would do differently or do specially? We remember when Bianca Ojukwu was posted to Spain by Jonathan, and then many of us celebrated it. But then we have Ibazu posted to Spain, but nobody's celebrating that.
Nobody's celebrating, but let's start with the first person. You see, the Nigerian government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is talking about a blue economy. The ships of the blue economy are built in South Korea. But the business of the maritime world is in London. So you now take an ambassador who has been where they build the ships, send him to London. That is statecraft. Whether you like or you don't like, give President Bola Ahmed Tinubu kudos for that. He just brought somebody who knows how the ships are built, knows the people who built the ships, sent him to where the shipping business is, so that the man will take some time, study what is going on, then come back and explain it to Nigerian Maritime Authority. How can Nigerians key into the blue economy? He's been able to make a success of it or failure at it is issue for history. Then you look at the posting of Okezie Ipazo and the other one to Spain. Why is he not being celebrated? I've said it before. These are postings for rewarding loyalty. This is just a reward for loyalty. So your brothers and sisters know that the only thing they will get out of it is when you come home, you bring a convoy of car, kill cow, give them food and Indomie cartons to take home. They know. The woman is not a fool. The woman is not a fool. So they know that these people bring nothing home in terms of opening economic doors. But his focus and his fellow political appointees to prove me wrong by providing a bridge between businesses in Igbo land and businesses in those countries where they are posted. If at the end of their career, none of them is able to do it, then they've just proved me right. But I'll be happy if they can prove me wrong.
I saw someone who wrote petition against Reno Omokiri being posted to Mexico, and then the person who wrote the petition. It has been published by Mexican dailies. The petition where they are urging the Mexican authorities not to accept Reno Mockery's designation as Nigerian ambassador to Mexico. Do you have anything to say on that before we conclude this?
Yes, the only thing it is for the Mexican government to ask itself one question: what is your business with the Nigerian ambassador to Mexico, and what is your business with the government of Nigeria? You don't tell a king you don't like his ambassador. In diplomatic language, it is insulting. So the Mexicans will allow the people to make their noise on the streets, write whatever they want to write on the papers.
Do you think the Mexican president?
Papers.
Do you think the Mexican president, and she's a woman, do you think she will reject Reno Mockery being posted to Mexico?
If she does it, that will be history. That will be history. Look, let me say this. People don't read history at times. There was one island that pirates used to operate in the Caribbean during the ancient world. At a point, I'll try and remember the name before we go. At a point, the head of the pirates went to England to see the king. And do you know what the king did? The king appointed the man, the high consul, sent him back to that island to stop piracy. It is in history. It's just I can't remember the name of it. So, sending Reno Mockery to Mexico, what is he coming to Mexico to do for Nigerian government?
To promote Nigerian culture in Mexico. And also attract.
So the man's role there is just to wear agbada and parade himself. So as a Mexican president, what is your problem with the man wearing agbada in the heat of Mexican desert? Let him wear it.
Remember,
if the woman rejects him, she will make history.
Remember, United States of America has accused Mexico of being the chief supplier of cocaine, heroin, hard drugs known in the world, especially shipping them to United States of America. And then Mexico is known for drug cartels, drug business, drug this, drug that. And then posting Reno, dear, I mean, are you not seeing anything?
Asked why Mexico degenerated into a drug cartel nation? That is the consequence of a failed state. Most people don't read history, as I keep saying. Over 1/3 of the people living in Mexico today, we call it Mexico. That is in Anglicanized version. The owners of the land call it Mexico. These people are the Aztecs. They had a kingdom 400-500 years before the white man set foot on the American peninsula. A kingdom, the Inca, going 3,000-4,000 years back in history, an organized society with a system of government. Somebody comes, destroys it in the name of colonization. That was the Spaniards who did that, and the Portuguese and the Britons who came there. Now, when they now started the push of removing the indigenous population of America, who we call Red Indians, where did they go to? They migrated to Mexico. So most of these people you see today in Mexico are the real owners of the land you call United States of America today. It is their home. So there is anger that you chase them out of their home. You're living in it. They will also make it uncomfortable for you. Then over the last 100 years, what has been the economic impact of American economic industrialization on Mexico? Mexico has been a source of cheap labor to America, a source of cheap agricultural products to America. So this creates heightened poverty. And when you heighten poverty to a certain level, it becomes generational. And when there's generational poverty in a society, the next thing that you see is the criminalization of moral ethics. People do anything to leave poverty. So when you now come to Mexico, you see people who have suffered 300 years of economic repression, they want to break out of poverty. And you have structured the market system, you have structured the international economic system that they cannot legitimately come out of it in the next 300 years. So what do? They break all the laws of civility. They turn criminal, they turn rogue. And the first person children rob is their parents, their brothers, their sisters, before they rob people outside. So America, being the nearest neighbor of Mexico, its criminal cartels will see America as their first what? Point of contact. So it is now for the American government to ask itself, is it sending more guns to Mexico that solves the problem, or helping the Mexican economy to find its feet so that people will have legitimate employment instead of peddling drugs? Their answer to it is what will hold the future. So sending Udala mockery to Mexico to promote culture. Yes, Mexico has a very wonderful culture. Their dress, the movie making, and then famously of all, their drink, tequila. It's even here in Nigeria. People like drinking it. So the man is just there to wear agbada with the Mexican form. Allow him wear it.
All right, we have seen Donald Trump accusing Mexico of drugs, and then the Mexican president, the woman accusing Donald Trump, United States of America, of shipping guns and weapons to Mexico. So you leave it at that. You leave it at that. I don't know.
Guns and guns doesn't solve the problem. Who solve the problem? It's poverty that is the problem. Forced poverty, structural poverty, generational impoverishment of a population. They will fight back.
Okay.
With anything they have.
All right.
Yes.
We're gonna look at that because I know the Mexicans, they love their president, the woman who has showed that quite a lot, as well as use her diplomatic swerves to dilute President Trump's outburst most times. But we're gonna leave at that. Let's quickly come down.
We'll leave it at that.
Let's come down to Anambra State. Of course, we've seen what is going on in Onitsha market, where the governor of Anambra State, the government of Anambra State, has planned to remodel the market to ultra-modern market, as the one seen in Guangzhou, or seen in some other parts of the world, in South Africa. We've seen the prototype, we've seen the model, what the government wants to do, and possibly people who have, for one reason or the other, had illegal structures. These things have been put away, but there are complaints anyway. Let's get a thought, because we have limited time, so that we can open the phone lines and allow people to come in and make their submission on some of the issues we have looked at this very morning. Let's have your thought on the remodeling of Onitsha market, the highest market in entire West Africa, if not Africa.
My candid thoughts: remodeling of the Onitsha main market is a project that will be sabotaged until the end of the Soludo regime. Why do I say so? The news started with false news reportage. His Excellency Professor Chukwumachal Soludo, who was crowned Oluwatuegwu, that is he who is not afraid to walk, by Igwe Benjamin Onukubokich, the Igwe of Omas, was giving false media reportage that he was demolishing Onitsha main markets. That, up to today, nobody has come to show Onitsha main market as demolished. That is the first thing I say about it. The same false media reportage is what they use to destroy that project if it's not mindful. What Professor Chukwuma Soludo regime did was to remove illegal structures, mostly on Broad Street, which is at the heart of main markets, to remove shanties. And people don't want to say it. Go and look at the receipt of those Bright Street, not Broad Street. I've been corrected. It's Bright Street. It's at the heart of main market and adjoining areas. What people don't want to admit, go and look at all the agreements of those who sold spaces to those whose structures were being demolished. They will bring out a receipt from Onitsha, not local government, or the old Onitsha local government, and tell you, we have paid local government for permits. My brother, go and look at that receipt. If any of them has the decency to bring it out, you will see that what is written on it is illegal structure.
You mean the receipt with which some people bought those spaces to build those structures, that there was this
coming down to it
that illegal structure was written on the receipt?
Yes, well, I'm coming down to it.
Okay.
Bring the receipts. Look, when I came back to Onitsha after university education, most of us, we just saw the military go in. And so many graduates were taking up jobs as revenue agents of local governments in the state to find something doing before we moved on. And I saw my friends who were issuing those receipts. They used to write clearly, illegal structure. So when you're making payment for illegal structure, what are you paying for? You're paying a fine. It's not a permit. But the average Onitsha market trader, like every woman, is only interested in his economic survival, because you cannot leverage on the economy of Nigeria. So when he's shown that paper, he doesn't bother to read it. He will ask in Igbo language, that is, have you paid? The man say, yes, I paid, and gives him the receipts. And when he now goes to the lawyer's office to do an agreement that he has bought this space from this man, he tells the lawyer in Igbo language, do the papers for me. And the lawyer is trying to explain, sir, this is illegal structure. He tell you, my man, leave that thing. Just do the papers and end your fee as a lawyer. So the lawyers will do the papers for them, and somebody who paid for an illegal space sells an illegal space to you. And after 20 years, a governor who is not amenable to corruption in public office by traders, because that was the biggest challenge Anambra State government have been having, corruption of public officers by the traders. You now see a governor who is not interested in their money and tells them, go and pay taxes in the Anambra State government account. He just comes and says, no, this is an illegal structure. Brings it down. And you're crying. Bring your document. Go to court and sue the man. You will bring out the document. You will be shocked. It is written there, illegal structure. So the man who sold, the man who bought, all of them knew they were engaged in an illegal transaction.
But people are saying that the human face aspect of it, even if that is illegal structure.
I am landing now.
Okay.
Dr. Becky, let me land.
But you have established that the structures were illegal. Is that the point I'm trying to make? You have established that the structures. But many of them are not.
Was a fraud.
But many of them may not be aware of that they bought illegal structures.
We are all aware. Any of them that swears that he or she did not know that those structures were built illegally. The ancestors of their people will strike them.
Oh, they are aware.
I'm not cursing them. I'm telling them the truth. They all know. Go and stand on the road where those structures were built. Some of them were built on the road. Are you telling me somebody is selling main road to you and you're paying money? Main road. Bad main road. Somebody sold it to you and said it's market space. And you bought it. Are you blind? Bad main road. Let's leave sentiments out of this. One of the biggest problems of market development in Anambra State has been the corruptive influence of the market people on government officials. So for the traders whose shops were knocked down, that were composed of illegal structures, I have only one advice. Please call the man that sold that illegal space for you and ask for your money back. Then those of them that have the guts, sue Anambra State government for the town planning fee you paid. You're entitled to a refund. Any money you paid to Anambra State government as town planning fee, any money you paid as ground rent, you should get your money back. Well, that is the only remedy available in law. They should face that. Then on the issue of the building, because there is now public anger in the market against the regime, that project will be open to sabotage. There's what you call a blind mice effect on people in government. What is a blind mice? A blind mice is moving, following the mice in front, but is actually blind. It happens to very intelligent people or people who have high academic training. They look down on people who don't have such high academic training. A man with primary 6 certificates, secondary school dropout, who owns 100 million naira business is not a fool, mind you. He's not a fool. So when you go and strike down his business, he will turn that brain he uses to think of doing business to fight you to protect his business. And one of the things that they have been doing in Anambra State consistently from regime to regime is sabotaging the government. So when His Excellency President Governor Chukuma Soludo wants to look at that remodeling of main market, he should look for what? Private support. If he does it as a 100% Anambra State government investment, it will be sabotaged to his last day in government because there's no public buy-in. But if he goes to bring private people to bring in funds to make that structure work, those private people, to protect their business interests, will go and lobby their fellow traders not to sabotage the process. If he likes, he can take this advice to the bank. If he likes, he will leave it.
So now let's get so you have been saying that you can sell main road to people, and people who've been trading on that main road should also as well understand they have been trading on the main road. But do you think that you say that the remodeling may be sabotaged because those who have been, for one reason or the other, their structures pulled down, will find a way to fight government, not just to fight government, but find a way to sabotage the process or sabotage the exercise. Where the government is trying to tell them that by the time the market is remodeled, it will accommodate so many of them, and many of them will have their shops as against some people. Because I look at a particular place in that main market, there's a place they call Obano at that Onitsha main market. by the time when it was built solely for meat selling, with the spaces, with some other features for meat selling. I discovered that somebody has bought that place and built lockup shop up and down, not for meat again, as designed in the original master plan of the market. And I asked who bought that space. They said that somebody sold it to him, and they bought it and built upstairs lock, and then was selling it 25 million naira. How can you build or buy such a space and start selling that space 25 million? Very small space, 25 million. Up 25, they up 25, they down 25. That's 50 million for just one space, up and down.
Thank you, Dr. Mbeki. That is the bottom line of the argument. The empowerment of people who do not pay tax to government will always create crisis for governments. Most people today in Onitsha don't know that Onitsha main market had a motor park. I saw it as a young man. I saw it as a young boy. When you finish buying things in main market, there's a big motor park inside it. You have your trailers will load and offload inside the market. Today, that space has been sold, just like Obo Ano. Man, you ask yourself one question. Who granted approval for lock-up shops to be built in Obo Ano? That is the person that the traders whose shops have been knocked down should take to EFCC. For what? For prosecution and recovery of their money. That is what Anambra people don't have the guts of doing. And I keep telling them, there is an Igbo proverb for it, that the chicken will leave the knife that killed it and bend its neck for the pot. The man who bought that place, who did he buy it from? Go and look at the approval. My brother, you may be shocked that when you go to Anambra State Ministry of Lands, you will not see a page of paper granting approval for that restructuring. It was just done as a corruption-induced arrangement. Then somebody who sells a shop to you for 25 million, ask the man to produce one piece of paper of paying tax to Anambra State government in the form of ground rent for that shop. You will not see it. That is where governments attack them. And that's why I keep saying that it is the traders who induce the government to attack them by doing everything they can to sabotage governments in the name of carrying on business. A market was built, a provision made for an abattoir in the market. You knock it down, share money among yourself, build lock-up shops in it. One day, one person who does not accept that form of corruption will come and attack you. So it takes us to the bottom line of it. Economic disempowerment, structural disempowerment. You see these shops that were knocked down. I can bet you between the next 6 months, you will see plenty of funerals in Anambra State, in Enugu, in Abia, in Imo, in Ebonyi. People whose shops have been knocked down, they will die silently. People don't want to talk about that. People will go into depression. People will go into high blood pressure induced deaths. People will go into bankruptcy. Those shops we are used to take bank loan. The bankers will come for their money. Somebody will quietly drink poison at home and die. It will happen. Not only Anambra State indigents. But that is what I keep saying. Please, an Igbo man, when you want to do documentary business, talk to a lawyer. Not when you get to the lawyer, say, lawyer, telling the lawyer, just do the paper for me. Onitsha market traders don't take legal advice.
So you are saying that before anybody buys shops in most market, they should consult a lawyer to ensure that whatever they are buying is legit, as against when government comes after them, they will start criticizing government, not knowing that the government is doing its work.
It's doing its work. So most of the traders go and look at the title documents. You will be also shocked to see that no lawyer signed it. They just did their.
Can some of them challenge you by the time we open the phone lines? Because there are some that may not agree with what you say, but it's going to be an open challenge where evidence will now take supremacy.
I only ask them one thing. Anybody who has that evidence, Prince Christopher Omoa is not a court of law. Prince Christopher Omoa does not hold brief for the government of Anambra State, and I've never held. And I lack the competence to pronounce on that document. It is only a court. Please take that document, go to a lawyer's office, anywhere you like. Tell that lawyer to engage the legal process and sue Anambra State government. But if you expose that document on air, I will tell you what is wrong with your document. You can get offended if you like, but I will tell you what is wrong with your document. Because I know that nobody inside Anambra State Government Ministry of Lands. We own up to having signed approval for the alteration of our nature main market structure as it was built, I think that should be in 1954. If you doubt what I'm saying, go and write application for certified true copy of the master plan of Onitsha main market. You pay 25,000 naira at the bank, and within 1 hour it will be issued to you. If you see any of these structures contained in the CTC, come back and I'll eat my words.
All right.
Let them start it, but they should be ready. You talk nicely, I talk nicely. But you want to talk facts, I will respond with facts.
Well, Barrister Prince Christopher Moore, we are going to open the phone lines. We're going to go for a commercial break. You're going to stay on because I know there will be questions that many of our listeners would like to ask you, and I know that you have undertaken some struggles. The issues of stamp duties, night post operations, and then public policy debates in Nigeria. Of course, you have had a great work you did in the past, but in this case, you are saying that many of these people who bought these very properties or spaces from people, they should look at the title document that it was clearly written illegal structures. And then you say that when somebody pays for anything illegal, more like paying for paying a fine, but you say that they paid grant rent and other things they pay that they can as well ask for refund in most of these things. So, and you said that nobody has the capacity to come into a market, buy up a space, demolish that space, and then build whatever he likes, lock up shop and start selling 25 million. You said quite a lot of things on this very show. You are saying that the government of the state is doing its work, that for the fact it has not been done in the past does not mean that at a point in time the government cannot wake up and start doing some of these things. But
very correct.
You say that so many people will die as a result of this, that there will be depression, high blood pressure, induced death, and so many things as a result of ignorance. Will you call this ignorance?
It is not ignorance. It is criminal ignorance. Deliberately, it is criminal ignorance. Not just ignorance, it's criminal. You know, and you're pretending you don't know, so that you profit.
All right.
And now the chickens are home to roost.
All right.
Very regrettable and unfortunate, but the chickens are home to roost. I'm still online.
We are going to go for a commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to open the phone lines for you to make a submission. You can agree, you can disagree, but we want facts and evidence. That's what we want here. But then we can also bring your emotion, because we are emotional beings as well. We can also look into that. Let's quickly go for a commercial break. When we come back, we are going to take your calls and be ready to call us on 0803-221-6973 or 0803-827-6694. Of course, we've been speaking with Barrister Christopher Moore. But be mindful that you can also make your comments on our social media platform. You can go to Facebook, search Udala FM and drop your comments. We've seen some comments there, and then some of those comments, we've seen them. We're going to take them by the time we come back from this break.
Udala Radio, 104.7 FM.
Quality bread, Wendy's bread, for your family breakfast. Wendy's bread, I'll pack it on the Tosialo. Wendy's bread, Mama, Papa, they like Wendy's bread, kitchen and duo. Wendy's bread, even children, they like Wendy's bread, Wendy's bread, Wendy's bread, you get it better, tasty, we go sweet your belly. Wendy's bread, Wendy's your body, choma. Wendy's bread,
Wendy's bread, tasty bread. You can contact us on our official address, Second Business Park, Enugu Road, GRA, beside Onitsha, Anambra State. We also have another branch at St. Michael Plaza at Tandy Road. Also contact us on 070-1149-1571. Wendy's bread, your tasty bread.
Wendy's bread.
Onitsha, the business people. Now our own way be this to say thank you for one solid year of community broadcasting. Udala Radio don't clock 1 year this March. And now we dey celebrate all the hardworking businesses where they keep this city moving. For the whole month of March, see a special anniversary awoof. Buy 2, get 1 free. You hear am well. Adverts, airtime or program slot. When you buy 2, we go dash you 1 extra free. More airtime, more visibility, more customers, and you no go pay extra kobo. Whether na shop you get, school, clinic, restaurant, or any brand wey dey grow, na your chance be this to make all of Onitsha hear about that your business. But make you move sharp oh. This offer go last only till 31st March 2026. Our anniversary month oh. Terms and conditions apply. For booking and enquiry, abeg make you call our marketing desk now for 0803 350 4206, or you fit come our office for the heart of Onitsha for number 5 Okono Street, DMGS Roundabout Onitsha. You fit call for 0803 350 4206, or you fit visit for number 5 Okono Street, DMGS Roundabout Onitsha. No forget the number, no forget the address. Udala Radio, seriously authentic, proudly 1 year with you. When the stakes are high, the debates get hotter. When the issues demand clarity, we bring the fire. Welcome to Crossfire. Crossfire, where politics meets perspective, where issues are dissected, and where no topic is off limits. From the corridors of power to the pulse of the streets, we break down the politics, the controversies, and the decisions that shape our nation. Join Dr. Tony Olisangbeki as he puts guests on the hot seat, drilling them with the tough questions, demanding the hard truths, and leaving no room for half measures. Get ready for fearless conversations and uncompromising analysis. Crossfire, exclusive on Udala 104.7 FM Onitsha, every Saturday from 9 a.m.
You're welcome back. It's to Udala 104.7 FM. Crossfire is the program, and we have been talking tough on different development issues. The posting yesterday by Mr. President, and where we have career ambassadors and non-career ambassadors posted across the globe, and we've been talking about the development at Onitsha main market, and it has been fire here, and I can tell you, I'm feeling the fire. I don't know if you are feeling the fire, and I'm still your Honorable Speaker Tony Olisangbeki, and we still have Barrister Christopher Prince and more on the other side, who joined us virtually, who's also a land litigation expert, and he has also given us his own brief on the developments we have looked into this morning. It's now time for you to make a submission on these very issues. Let's quickly let you know the number: 0803 221 6973 or 0703 or 0803 827 6694. Don't forget, go to social media, go to Facebook, drop your comment. We're going to take them. Let's quickly get you. You're talking. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you. Good morning.
Chief Doctor Tony Obola. Good morning.
You are welcome.
Barrister Moore, my dear brother, you are welcome to the studio today on Crossfire.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am greeting Ezra Katego streaming the airwaves from Osumoro. Barrister Moore, I want to commend you on your analysis on international level.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. All what you said there, though I am going to come back to it, are quite commendable. But suffice me to begin from home. I wouldn't know the reason why you would subscribe to a government issuing illegal receipts to unsuspecting members of the public. And you are telling me that I should consult a lawyer to meet the government. Is the lawyer more than the government in terms of law? issuing me genuine receipt and maintaining genuineness that the lawyer can equally compromise. Now let me tell you, I don't see the reason why a government would lay hands on illegitimate documents. Number one, and be issuing illegitimate documents to the unsuspecting citizens of the society. Away from that, Dr. Tony,
Yeah?
Nigeria is a script. There are those who wrote the script, and there are those who are interpreting the script. Among all the postings of the Southeasterners are more laborious. Let me tell you, it is always easier, good to lead the literate or the educated than to lead the uneducated.
All right.
Europe, Asia, and America, anybody posted there are there to enjoy. They are already fixed. You cannot move them. They have taken their stand.
All right, thank you so much
The
because of time.
problem lies with Africa.
All right, thank you so much because of
Africa
time.
can never ever develop.
All right, thank you so much because of time.
We need the recolonization.
All right, thank you so much.
Anybody posted in Africa is there to suffer.
All right, thank you
All
so
the
much.
Easterners are posted in Africa to go and suffer.
All right, thank you so
Every
much.
other person posted to outside.
We have got your statement.
They are fixed.
All right, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Remember, they are parts of Africa. All right, quickly, Mr. Christopher Moore, please, can you attend to these issues just briefly because of time? We are managing time now.
Number one, the government did not issue fraudulent receipts to the public. The government did not mislead the public. It is the public that chose to deceive itself. Somebody gave you a receipt. On it is written illegal structure.
Who gave the receipts?
Local government officials, revenue agents working for the government.
Revenue
They come to
agents.
your shop. They wrote illegal structure. And you're like me, Prince Christopher Omo, you stopped education at primary 2 at primary 3. But your wife is a graduate. My brother showed her the receipt. Now she would have told you that this thing means if you pay the fine, it's not permits.
Oh, so they were paying fines, not
They
permits.
were paying fine.
For
And
being
they
at that
were
strong.
paying
Okay.
fine. Yes,
But-
and they were the ones deceiving
Now,
themselves.
I want to ask. I want to ask. What about those that built structures, not those occupying the structures?
That is
Who
what I
gave
said
them
earlier.
the authorization to build those structures?
That's what I said earlier on. Anybody who has that approval should please bring it out.
Okay.
Go to a lawyer's office. And the lawyer will take necessary steps to do only one thing. Recover your money from who sold the thing to you. Recover every kobo you have paid to international local government
Okay.
as business premises.
And then, but
And recover any money you've paid to
and you
another
still
government
insist
as
that what the
property tax.
state government is doing is right in every sense.
Very, very legally correct.
All right.
Leave emotions.
Okay.
Then finally, on the issue of ambassadorial script being acted or not being acted, please, the Igbo man should learn what they call political engagements. Political engagement stands by understanding the nuances of statecraft. Most Igbo people do not understand.
So, are
what
you
is
trying to
called
say that political engagement brought the Southwest where they are today?
Very correct. And that is what has sustained people from the Northwest in the corridors of power.
So you are trying to say that performance cannot take somebody into office, but it's all about political engagement. Is that what you're subscribing to?
Let me use an expression people don't hear often. They say that in the Nigerian police, AIG, is the highest rank you attain by merit in the police. That DIG and IG is from God. When a policeman attains the rank of Assistant Inspector General of Police, he has attained the highest rank by merit in the Nigeria Police. Posting an elevation to Deputy Inspector General of Police, appointment as Inspector General of Police is what? From God. It's a euphemism for the policeman saying it is when favors or the winds of favor are behind your own ship, you will sail into DIG or IG.
Okay. So
people should learn that they have a ship. It is sailing to China, and you want to buy tea. My brother, if you go to China, you will not buy tea sold in Hong Kong.
All right. You are trying to say that there are places where it can take you and stop, but then engagement, political engagement that can attract favors can also take you higher. Is that the point I'm trying to make? Let's go back to the phone lines. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Hello. Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. The guests can as well hear you.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Please go on. It seems that he cannot hear us. Please try and call back. Please, if you do call us and you cannot hear us, if you cannot, for whatever reason, please go on. We can hear you. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. And remember, I have said earlier on, bring your evidence to challenge Barrister Christopher Moore. He said we are not in court of law, but then he would want to also, see your evidence. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you. Oh, so sorry about that. The lines are jamming. Please do take it easy. Take it easy. The darling lines are jamming. Good morning. You're welcome.
Wonderful morning to you, Honorable Speaker and staff, Tony Sambeki.
You're welcome.
Yes, good morning to the council on the line. I just want to begin with, my name is Samuel Bodike. I want to begin with Onitsha Memoche.
All right, please go on.
When Chusana was the chairman of local government, we all grew up in Onitsha here. Not talking about recent days, government also overtook the office of the local government chairman. There was a time when the local government chairman, the councillors were completely in charge. Onitsha North, Onitsha South, mentioned them Idemili North, Idemili South, all these local governments. Their money was coming directly to them. That was when Anna was taking off Mbaniju. But we issue another, we say this will not happen as far as this local government is concerned. That's when most of those things were built in Onitsha Memoche. And he has the paper that this land in Onitsha North belongs to the local government, and as the local government chairman, I have the right to build or to do whatever I want to do with it. The papers are there. So I think if the Anambra State government really want to fight this issue and make it transparent, they would have started from there. Who sold it to these traders? You have undermined the traders, and most of them did not go to school, no problem. But the fact remains that who sold it to them? Sometimes you want to set up a skyscraper. And most places where you build one decking, two decking, you see somebody raising 4 decking there. And this local government staff will come and use their red pen to, place on it. And all you could now do, you go there, sort them out, and the next day you have a 4-story building there. So what prevents the Anambra State government? You are now heaping the whole blame on the traders. Who their goods, their properties have been destroyed. You now engage their lawyer. We then engage their lawyer with empty hands. Now, the Anambra State government on their own part, if they really want to fight this war holistically, would have started from, the local government that gave the approval. So this is what I want to say on that.
All right.
Away from that, this idea of political arrangement, this or that, the Igbo man, the Yoruba man get to here, get to there. Last 2023 general election, what happened? The Igbo man was confirmed by most of these public office holders as having won the 2023 general election. Okay? And the fact remains that it wasn't given to him. Reasons best known to them. The Igbo man cannot kill himself in Nigeria. This country, I overheard the military saying that Igbo youth are no longer coming to the military. Now, Frank Mba was among the hierarchy to succeed as the next IG of police. You know the rest of the story. So what we are saying here is that the Igbo man, this country is structured in a way that the Igbo man will never rise.
All right.
And most times they make use of our governors to shorten the Igbo man.
All right.
Our governors, our representatives, cannot stand up and defend themselves, cannot stand up and defend their race. Rather, they become willing tools in the hands of the hierarchy in power to begin to impoverish the
All right,
people.
thank you so much. Because of time, we have to.
It's an unfortunate situation we find
Thank you,
ourselves
sir. I
in.
think I've gotten his point.
All right, thank you so much. You raised quite two things, but can you quickly reply, Christopher?
Yes,
More barrister.
sure.
Make it
Yes.
very brief because we have to
On
accommodate
the issue
others.
of the Chuksana regime and the documentations, Honorable Barrister Chuksana, popularly called Akana, during his lifetime, commenced the first genuine effort to document business premises, houses, and streets in Onitsha under what he called the Onitsha North Local Government Street Naming and House Numbering Bylaw. It was done in partnership with an NGO called NSPCC, Nigerian Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. If you go to Oka Road, GRA, Federal Housing, you will see house number plates that have insignia of the Obi of Onitsha, and you have underneath it written NSPCC ONLGA project. That was the first genuine effort by Honorable Barrister Chuksana of blessed memory to systematically document houses and street names in Onitsha. The project was coordinated by an Onitsha youth, Comrade Chukwebuka Chuke, the son of Adika Chuke of Obikoro, Onitsha. And he was helped by people like Comrade Achike Chuka and so many other young, wonderful people. Engineer Kingsley Widu from Enugu State. And most people don't understand this. That project was frustrated because it exposed revenue fraud. And sometimes I refrain from saying it, but let us put facts on the table. I wrote that law, the first street naming and house numbering bylaw on earth. I wrote it. The whole 792 local governments of Nigeria copied what I wrote. That project was frustrated under Chuksana, sabotaged when he left office until Chukwebuka Chuke died one morning. That is the level of criminal attack on government air force to sanitize the system. So those who are saying they were giving papers under Chuksana discovered that fraudulent documentation was going on and started a genuine house numbering process, which was sabotaged to the bitter end with the death of the project manager. Now let us go to issue of approvals. You see, no local government gave you approval. It definitely not give you approval. As at then, what was the law? The law was there was a master plan. You that applied for it, you're pretending to be an illiterate trader. You now go to a lawyer's office to ask him to do documents for you, to build a 4-story structure in a market that was approved for only bungalow. Who is deceiving who? You are deceiving yourself. That's why I said it's criminal.
So now,
negligence.
somebody asked a question, why didn't government go after those who gave that approval?
That is the third one I'm getting to.
Please, quickly, because of time.
In government, there is what they call insider dealing. When people in government abuse their privileged position in government to commit crime against the states, they abuse that office in such a manner that they fraudulently tamper with documents that even when they leave office, you cannot prove they committed a crime. That is why I keep telling the people with documents, please ask for a refund of your money. That is the only thing you can prove.
Okay.
These people have exited service. You cannot try them again. Then on the issue of the gentleman from Onitsha, AIG Frank Mba, who everybody is now saying, oh, this Igbo man was denied the opportunity of being AIG. I smile and ask a simple question. When you tell most Igbo people as they rise in public office, whether you're Igbo in Rivers, in Cross River, in Anambra or Imo, you are an Igbo man in the eyes of every other man. Stop denying that you are an Igbo man. Otherwise, what happens to Igbo men will happen to you at the height of your career.
Right.
That is what you just saw happening to AIG Frank Mba.
But he never denied at any point.
Him to the police college, how they frustrated him there. He should have read the handwriting on the wall.
But then, at no point, he has not denied being an Igbo man. He has always been an Igbo man. But you say that they should not deny being an Igbo man while they are rising to the top of their career.
Some of them did it. When they now get to the top, they start acting Igbo man.
All right.
The other Igbos will be afraid of you.
Let's see if we can just take one or two calls. We have to just take two calls together and then you make a final submission because we have a commercial we want to just take on. Because of time, we have to manage these procedures. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Patmos Onoha from Onewi.
But must make it brief. We're going to just make it so brief because we have a commercial.
Good. I want to ask, based based on the ministerial or ambassadorial nominee that the president sent.
Yeah.
I want to ask, what about the name of Reno Mokre and Fayemi? I mean, this one.
Femi Fadekayode.
Yes, are they among?
You joined the program late. From the look of things, we discussed these things thoroughly.
Let me go to the market.
Quickly, because of time, please.
I want to ask the lawyer in the studio. If someone in government commits a crime, then along the line, it was leaked that the person actually committed the crime, is it the duty of the masses or those affected, or the duty of an agency created by the government to go after the government official that committed the crime?
All right. We got a question. All right, let's see if we can just take another one. And then those who may have committed a crime while in service, can they still be tried? I think that's the major part of the question. And then the government agency.
I got that point.
All right. Good morning, quickly, because we are about to wrap up. You're welcome. You're welcome. Please go on. What's the name and where are you calling from?
Please, I'm not hearing you wrong. My name is just Monica. Please, there's something that I want to understand. Those stuff that was demolished in main market, I heard that they have been paying IGR to the government for 4 years. You understand me? The government knows that those places are illegal structure. They have been collecting IGR from them. For 4 years, the governor ruled. Then this second tenor, then you know that those places are illegal structure. That has to be demolished. What is this collecting IGR from this stuff?
All right, got that.
What
I want to know.
All right.
The law all over the world is that you must have cause of action for you to initiate legal process. People in government don't go about challenging each other. It is not government. It is the victim of the crime committed by somebody in government office that has the legal right to invoke that investigation process. First, you engage the administrative process. If it fails, you engage the legal process. Then for the issue of those who collected IGR, if this gentleman had listened earlier, I've said it before, that is the only redress open to those who were occupying these structures that were brought down on bright streets. They should stop saying Onitsha main market. Onitsha main market is still standing. It's wrong use of words. Wrong use of words. I've said, sue for your money back. You will get it to the last penny. When 200,000 people sue for their money back, Anambra State government will have no option but to look for those who collected the money from them. That is how it works. So I have to thank Udala Radio for giving us this kind of platform to say it.
Right.
That's my answer.
All right. Thank you so much. We want to wrap up at this point. Let's have your final words, your final statements as we really wrap up, because we have said quite a lot of things. We've looked at different issues. Somebody asked Reno Mokore and Femi Fane. We talked about these people while we are doing the analysis. Of course, we took so much time to talk about them. Now, Barrister Christopher Omo, your final words as we wrap up.
My final was Ndi Igbo should come together and learn state crafts. How do you manage state crafts? You have to go and learn it. Second, the Onitsha market trader should please reorient themselves to take legal advice, professional advice when buying properties. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That's much we're going to take on Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM. Want to thank sincerely guest Barrister Christopher Moore, a litigation expert, a land expert, and at the same time a consultant who has done so much for us this morning by enlightening us. At the same time, we asked him some probing questions. Of course, he got answers to some of these probing questions to either satisfaction or dissatisfaction of those who listen to us. But in any case, we appreciate him for his time, and then we also appreciate you for being there for us. Remember, Udala is celebrating 1 year anniversary. You are part of that celebration, and we want you to be part of that very celebration. You are the Udala we are seeing. You are the Udala we are seeing. So it is our thing. It's one thing, our thing on Kanye. Okay. Next program will be Sports Arena, with Prestige. Prestige will tell us what's going to happen at the FA Cup. I know many of them will be playing different clubs. I don't know if Manchester United will be playing anyone at this FA Cup. In fact, when other people will be playing, Manchester United seems to be sleeping. Okay, what happened?
Their next game is a week from tomorrow, so they will have as much as 8 days to.
So they are on holidays.
They've gone for the first meet-and break. They're on
they're on meet-and break.
This is the second one now.
Who knocked them out of FA Cup?
The first round and the third round, Brighton and Hove Albion at the Old Trafford. And since then, they are not playing in the continent. They are not playing the league game. They're the cup games. They're not only focused on the league games.
On the league game,
yes.
And they are doing well until they
6 wins, a draw, and then a loss recently to Newcastle.
Oh, I watched that Osula goal, and I remember Osula was one time in Manchester United in 2014, but in 2026 he scored a winning goal against Manchester United. Even when they were 10, they were 10.
All 45 minutes, second half of the
and
game.
I think this is the third time Manchester United
they've lost previously to Everton with also 11 men, and it's obvious that it's not actually down to the players, it's down to the tactics. The coaches have to do a job better.
Carrick, I don't know if he's going to return the job, but then you get to hear more about this from Prestige as we proceed into Sports Arena. Thank you so much for your time on Udala 104.7 FM. My name is Tony Olisambeki. We're going to do this again next week, God's willing. Crossfire will come back.